Mission briefing. Very simple objective. We have to escort our dear portrait man. If you don't remember what he looks like, he's inside this tent. Somewhere there. We have to escort him to the mosque, parked next to VRP, sort of east, slightly southeast of town, a couple kilometers away. We have to go to the mosque, park on the eastern side, and then protect him as he has a little meeting with some other village chiefs. Very simple. Don't believe there's any other objectives. Oh yeah, don't initiate hostilities. So, basic rule of engagement: don't fire unless fired upon. And that is especially true. Like in this case, we have been told that villagers and all that could also carry firearms. So don't just shoot someone just because they're armed. Only if you're engaged. For the mission, we'll just be taking 3 vehicles. Do it as usual. Eris 1 in lead, Actual in the middle with our dear VIP man, and Eris 2 in the rear. We'll be driving along the route, along the waypoints, until we get to VRP 1, where we will then park somewhere along there outside the mosque. We'll see how it looks when we actually get there. There might be some occupied space, we don't quite know, but preferably we will be parking on that western side of the road.
East.
If it's open.
Where?
Yeah, east of the mosque, but on the western side of the road itself. If that road is occupied, or that side is occupied, then we'll have to park on the eastern side of the road itself, which means that there's a little bit more open space to cross in case something goes wrong, but it is how it is. Dismount, teams will escort in. What we'll do is probably have we'll have Eris 1 stay outside, or sort of at the main gate entrance around there. Find some good spots. Maybe you can get on the walls or something. Up to you how you want to do it. The main thing here you want to pay attention, remember, is to not be too conspicuous and not just run about and threatening civilians to get out of the way and all that. Just very casual, protect them. But you, Eris 1, you'll mainly just stay outside and keep eyes on the vehicles and make sure nobody funny business comes in, like through the roads or something. Eris 2 and Actual will be moving in and providing close protection to the village chief himself, as well as the other chiefs. We have been told that we have to, if something goes wrong, we have to protect all of the chiefs, or try at least. And they should supposedly all somewhat look like our friend here. So pay attention to that. They will, hopefully, everything will go well. They will have their meeting, and we can be on our way. Do we need to bring the village chief back here when the meeting is done?
In total, there are 5 village chiefs, just in case, just so you know.
Alright, do we only have to bring this guy back here once?
Yeah, only this guy.
Okay, confirming. So yeah, if everything goes well, we'll bring him back in the vehicles and we'll drive same way we came from back home. If something goes south, obviously we'll take it from there, but we'll pretty much just trying to escort the village chief outside to the vehicles, get them inside, mount up quickly, and just get out, instead of trying to defend the location too long. That will, of course, depend a bit on the scenario. If there's too big of a force attacking, it might be safe to hold out in the mosque a little bit, just because it's protected with big walls for a little while. And there's 2 main entrances. So we can probably protect it for a little bit until contacts die down a little, if there's too many contacts. But we'll see once we get there. Who is Second Lieutenant Breaker?
Yeah,
he's
some
Breaker.
American Scott, I think.
Breaker.
Ah, yeah,
Fucking
that makes
second
sense.
LT coming in, woo-wee! Alright.
Right, JJ just responded. He's got stuck. Try and join as quickly as he can.
Alright. Awesome. You gonna take Scott then in your team? Tyrone?
He likes to go by Breaker, remember? Breaker.
Breaker, yeah.
I have a question. Are we at the question stage?
Yeah, we can go questions.
So these chiefs are currently at war with each other. Whose forces do we feel may mess up this meeting? One of the villagers' team?
Possibly.
Okay.
We don't know.
So it's all.
Alright.
So possibly it's all. Takistanis may be the folks we're defending, and they also may be the opposition. All Takistani.
Yes.
We don't know of any
Possibly.
outside forces. Okay. Unknown at this time.
They're all born people, they all look the same.
Wow.
So,
So yeah,
Yeah,
presume
I
like
mean,
we
they're
can.
all military,
All
right?
armed personnel could be hostile forces. They could also just be neutral villagers. We don't really know.
Alright,
and
let's
some
just
of the.
talk,
ahead.
what's the fucking likelihood of incidents? Like, how's it been in the past few weeks with DBIDs suicide bombers, that kind of stuff. Or IDs in
Pretty
general.
calm. No IDs explosion reported so far, and no VBID.
Alright, so nothing in the past couple of weeks, but it is still possible.
Yes.
Gotcha.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, no, Tim's crazy.
Last bit going right away from me.
I could tell Tim was crazy from looking at communication training.
It's not just because he's German.
Okay. There's apparently enemies around us.
There's a lot of people on the roof.
Yeah, I see there's a lot of them on the roof.
Millions, quotation marks. No trust them.
Wait, did that guy have a fucking M249?
Yep.
Holy shit. What American did he have to go get that from?
Probably one of the oil guys.
Yeah.
Just realised something. JJ actually isn't in the game, is he?
No.
No, but he's still in the team speed, let's see.
Yeah.
Hey, JJ.
Hi, JJ.
Yeah, there's some of them in the bunker on the right as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple actually.
He has an RPG.
Yeah.
The one guy on the roof.
Last
On the
bit
roof.
going left, waypoint 9.
Tank trap, purple.
Fuck me, they are everywhere.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a fun time driving into this if it goes bad.
Hey, let's hope shit doesn't go down where we have to start shooting people.
I will.
Make it an easy job where we don't have to waste money and ammo.
Maybe they just turn on each other as well.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, this is going to be a fucking shit show to fight, and the mosque is right in front of us.
Okay.
Oh, is that a BMP?
One on the roof, on the right. Multiple actually, multiple
That's a
roof.
BMP, isn't it?
Yeah, RPG as well.
Okay, just pull up here, Joe.
Glad that's a wrecked BMP. You worried me there for a second.
We just...
Right.
It just stopped.
1 second, let me turn it onto the roof. Yep, okay. Okay, all good.
In the engine.
Shouldn't be
Just
done
go.
around like.
Hey, where are the other British ships? Why are you looking at me like that?
Be ready to do something if these guys move their weapons inside.
I don't like this at all. Oh my god.
Raise the weapon. They're raising weapons. Full contact to the main room down. Breakers down. Okay. Careful of the doors. Careful of the doors. They're shooting through. Shooting through from behind.
There's 2. Once this place has been secured, start moving around inside the mosque. Clear everything in the mosque area itself.
Yep.
You want to check upstairs?
Let's go up with Jack. Breakers, stay with me.
Okay, behind you.
Okay, let's
You
move.
want me to go front? Jack?
That's fine. I'm made for this. Okay, this is a balcony. Yeah, we're not going out there, that's a balcony.
Okay.
Jack, give me a sit rep every time we clear a room.
Okay,
Just balcony up
the
here.
doors up here are just balconies. Okay, lead the way back, then we'll go up the other doors. We have cleared the western balconies, we're going to clear the eastern ones now.
Earth, Jack. That room.
Okay,
Still got one more to go.
crossing.
Joshua,
Yes?
Okay,
Are you ready?
yep,
you
on your sick.
deal
Opening.
with breaker.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm reloading.
okay, I'll move up. Okay, going in, going right. Right corner clear.
Left
Room
clear.
clear. Room clear to our own. We have contacts outside to the east, so be careful of
We have
the...
some friendlies there as well.
Yeah.
I'm in a bit of pain, but it's not too much.
Okay, are you?
Yeah, don't talk about the mobbing though.
Nice shot.
Well, it will subsidize.
But look
then.
from the other way.
I took the tracer as well. I'll cover the door.
I'm up. Fuck's sake.
Come over this side. Come over to Jack.
This room is, I mean, this,
Yeah,
this thing is open everywhere. We need to get out of
Okay,
here.
you two. You need to go on the second floor, find a balcony somewhere safe that you can shoot from. Try and clear everywhere around us.
The balconies are awful. You only can see the east and west.
Yeah, and it's really, really open. It's not a really clear place to go.
Right.
We're probably just better moving out one side and taking control of it.
Alright.
I want to peek out.
I'm gonna cross here. Okay, Chris, bit of an update. Apparently the entire building is shit out from the second floor.
Ah, shit.
And it's a horrible room to sit in.
We'll have to pull out soon.
We can push out of one door and try and secure it slowly if you want to.
I don't really care too much about the west. We're not gonna approach that too much anyway. We're gonna start. I'm gonna say it on radio. Ares 2.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah.
Making your move to the east.
He's outside. He's down. Reloading. Vehicle 1 secured, but enemies incoming from the east.
Get him inside the vehicle. Joshua, mount them up in our vehicle now. No. There's one over here. There's one after. When you can, start crossing over and mounting up, or just get ready to mount up in your lead vehicle.
Keep your eyes on the corner.
Pretty sure they're in the forest. Fall back to our vehicle.
Complete. Last man here.
Right, Tim.
Right, breaker. Let's fall back.
Hey, I got more.
Okay. Yeah. Ah, come
Up
on.
in smoke.
Ares 2, get ready to mount
Breaker,
up
we're
in your
coming.
rear vehicle now.
We're coming back.
Jacob Adams down.
Ares 2, get back.
Load him
Okay.
into the vehicle.
Oh shit, Tyrone!
You just load him in. Pop and smoke.
I'm up.
That was a
Get
really
in.
bad
Hang on,
smoke.
everybody
Behind
get
the
in. Get in this side, move yourselves across.
Driver mounted.
Breaker mounted.
Swap seats.
I swapped.
Ares 2 are loaded up. Ow, I got shot in the face.
Yeah.
Got shot in the arm, twice in the face, and
Yeah, you should have really got a helmet. My lord.
a fuck helmet. Ball.
That's what Tyrone said. Till he died 8 times.
Fuck it. I mean, I haven't died yet. I've been shot, but I ain't dead.
Okay, why are we not moving?
It's a very good question, and I don't like.
Right.
I don't like we don't have an answer.
Yeah,
Oh, there were so many bad things on the way back. And in front. Oh, we're getting shot from every road.
I'm just gonna turn it.
You want me to pop? I'm gonna pop countermeasures.
Yeah, do it.
what the fuck was that?
I think.
That was flashy smoke. I want to say.
Hey, we're not getting shot anymore.
It fucking worked.
Oh!
Shit. Stab.
Was that a rocket?
Yes!
Yeah, 2 of them.
Multiple RPGs incoming from behind.
On the left there.
Is that where the RPG came from?
I believe so.
Right, just keep going forward.
But I should have not turned out there at all.
Okay, where now?
Okay, go right.
Yeah, we have some minor wheel damage, but we're still good.
Keep going forward. Just keep going forward.
We're right at countermeasures as well.
Right, go right. Follow this road.
Oh, we're still in sight of the things on the right.
Yeah,
Right,
I think
go left, and go fast. Go over this hill. They should be somewhere just in front of us.
Oh, this thing does not do slight inclines at all at slow speeds. So we just keep going forwards? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just keep following.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
directly in front.
We're being fucking engaged, yeah.
Yup.
Behind.
I don't like
Ares
roads.
2 is being engaged from behind. Direct east.
Didn't even see that guy.
I think it was like an off-road pickup or something.
Negative.
I'm just sort of vaguely following dust. Just so you know.
Copy that. Okay, if that's a vehicle that's following and engaging, Jack, you remember the combat stop thing? Everyone bails out on the driver's side.
Oh yeah.
We'll be stopping, we'll be engaging. If it's a vehicle, but I've got a feeling it is.
And we're back. So we have the BMP to take care of any following bad things.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ridiculously fast.
Where is that? Good.
Good. Park up, I guess. How many mags did I use?
I didn't even use one.
Not even one.
Yeah. Okay. I guess this will do. Oh boy!
Wow.
What? Let me check.
I mean, you guys just look pretty spotless.
Yeah, we took an RPG hit.
I'm not sure. Like,
What? They didn't even get hit once, I think.
what
No.
we tried to do is we go over 5 points. So what happened? What went good? What went bad? Why did it?
The vehicle is still coming.
Can we burn out of it? That's what's going.
Whoa.
That vehicle's
Oh, no.
going. Oh, it's there! Fuck! Oh shit!
I did that earlier.
I think we're good.
My ears ringing.
I think
Yeah, it's
it's
down.
lit up.
Did the UN do something?
Yep.
Yeah.
It alerted us to that anyway.
I presume
Thank you.
so. Alright, mission objectives. The original objective was bring Village Chief to Damask and protect him during the talks. There was no talks, but we did protect him. He's back here safe. Don't initiate hostilities. Succeeded as well. It was pretty much the other villagers in the town that raised their weapons first, and we just responded by killing them. The objective stat-wise is complete. I was told, apparently our village chief said that he thinks he saw some of his friends, other village chiefs or something, outside on the western side of the mosque. In this area, I think it was, or something. We didn't go out to confirm it. We were heavily under attack at that point, and his safety took priority over a rumor that he might have seen some friendlies or something out there. We couldn't really... We didn't have the manpower either to really deal with it either, so... Mission objective-wise, convoy went overall well. There was a little bit spacing issue at first, but I think it solved itself after Tyrone kindly reminded us to increase spacing a bit. Other than that, all went well. Driving down there, parked outside, and set up the defenses and everything. Everything went well in that regard. Response itself to the threat, I think, personally from my perspective, at least from inside the mosque, it looks like you guys responded really quickly and took down everybody without losing anybody. I don't know if you got hit at all, did you?
Yeah, we all
took
took a hit.
Alright, yeah. I mean, if you draw weapons at the same time, hard to avoid sometimes, but yeah, it is what it is. But nobody died, so that's a good thing. Overall, it seems like you very quickly and efficiently took down any hostiles raising weapons against you, moved quickly into defensive positions, at which point Ares won. You had some guys on the western side of the road, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then 2 others in the eastern building or something like that. And just basically protecting the east. Then Ares 2 set them out to clear the rest of the mosque, just so we're sure that there's no guys in like a balcony or hiding somewhere in a corner, shooting our village chief as we try and extract them out. Once we determined that the mosque were at least somewhat safe, primarily the eastern side of the mosque, we started calling the extraction out. Set Ares 2 out to protect first, and then Actual with the HVT out. Loaded them up, got everybody mounted up quickly. Drove off, and then at that point, we made the call to drive mainly off-road because as we drove through waypoint 8 town, waypoint 9 town, we saw multiple contacts on rooftops, some with RPGs. So we wanted to avoid those. We even took some RPG shots towards us as we were driving off-road. But yeah, so we just basically drove off-road to try and play it a little bit safer than going through the towns and risking getting hit by RPGs. Got a little bit split up, which kind of expected to happen when we do an off-road plan like that, just suddenly driving off-road and trying to avoid RPG shots. Made the call to just regroup around waypoint 7, a little bit past it, behind the hill, so we're safe. Reformed the convoy, and then we drove a little bit more off-road following Vic 1, who planned a slightly different route to make sure that we avoided towns as much as possible. And we're back here. Overall, yeah, from my perspective, I'm pretty happy with how it went. No casualties, which is always a great thing. Took some hits, which in CQB environments like this, like ambush type environments, it's hard to avoid sometimes. But yeah, extraction out, getting the VIP out, and everybody mounting up quickly. Hearing people say that they got hit or someone went unconscious and then shout that load him up in the vehicle instead of trying to treat him outside the vehicle. All of that I'm happy with. Extraction itself, I'm overall also pleased with. Regrouping after waypoint 7 and all that, I think everything went pretty well, from my perspective at least. There's probably always going to be some minor improvement points here and there, but yeah, as an overall, I'm happy with it. I guess that's it from me. Tim, if you want to continue.
No, Tyrone can start today.
Alright, Tyrone,
mine's nice and easy today. So, obviously inside the mosque, once everything went to shit, only one guy raised his weapon, and he'd been doing that for like 2 seconds, so bit of hesitation. And then they gradually all started doing it, and I just waited for the first shot. But we laid them all out pretty fast. The Breaker took a few hits from that. After we'd killed all those, I sent Earth and Jack to clear out the rest of the mosque, and then obviously we headed towards the vehicles. It was actually Jack who shouted, "Load him up and just go," because it was me who got shot in the face. Surprise, surprise. After that, it was pretty straightforward coming back. It was around between waypoint 7 and waypoint 5 when we were off road, so somewhere around here. We actually took a glancing RPG hit, and I'm surprised we didn't actually all die from that.
Oh, so you actually got like proper
Yeah,
hit?
we got hit. Our vehicles.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it was around here.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then Earth called out, because obviously we had red tracers coming from behind us, and Earth called out that he did see a vehicle. We told you about that, and that was basically it. I'm happy with my guys, as per usual.
Like we got shot at like waypoint 5 over here.
Yeah.
Right. Tim?
Yeah. So essentially same for me. The convoy movement phase went okay. I don't think we need that many DPs.
Yeah,
like every turn's a DP at this.
We can probably do something where it calls some waypoints something different or something.
You see,
I like having them as
6,
reference
7, 8,
points.
I think that works really well, but we don't, there's other type of points. But it's still okay, if that's what helps you keep in control. But like 2, 3, 4, that's like really close. Anyways, yeah. So we moved to VRP 1. Nothing major there. Maybe we could have parked our vehicles in a better defensive position. But with armor, in real life that certainly makes sense. But in armor, the vehicle explodes and then all the vehicles explode. So that's always something to remember as well. But yeah, generally speaking, we could have probably set up a better defensive position with like maybe 2 like this and 1 like this. The initial response to the contact was okay. You guys took out these people relatively quick. The initial setup before that actually worked out as well. One thing we couldn't really deal with were the people on this long side, because as soon as we moved over here, we couldn't really engage them because they just shot through trees and everything, and it's kind of hard to see. We saw a couple of people on balconies, but yeah, not a real good exit way. Got engaged from the east. That went okay as well. We dealt with them. We didn't die, so that's positive. Like Presky already said. I'm not sure. I think we probably could have pulled out earlier. it's also kind of a dangerous call for me to get actually over here. If we would have put out earlier, that would have been a delay, but I kind of expected it to take a little bit longer, so that's why I did that. But generally speaking, that's a possible delay, and it's always kind of hard to really see if that's necessary or not. But how long? I mean, how long did we take to pull out? Like maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, it took a bit. Mainly I was waiting and making sure the mosque itself was clear, just to make sure that area. But yeah, pretty much once that was cleared out, we pulled out, and that's 10 minutes tops probably.
Yeah, I think we could have been quicker on that, but you know, anyways, we could have been quicker on that. After that, the movement phase. I think on this we could have talked a bit earlier, or we could have talked about that in the briefing phase. That if we get engaged from this direction, which is likely, we should go like this, and I think that would have helped my drive a bit if I've said that before. So this is something we can keep in mind. Maybe think about the exit strategy, even though to you and me that was kind of, I think at least that's what we had planned to begin with. But we should talk about that as well. I mean, I had it clear as well, but we should communicate that to everyone, that we will be going like this and then maybe off-road like this. You know, this was something we could have expected, and it could have been a bit smoother if we had talked about that. Then the way back, we had to make up the way as we were driving, but that was okay as well. You know, we had a little stop here and we organized, maybe we pre-planned the road a little bit. Went okay. Yeah, I think it went okay, considering that we had so many new people today and people that don't play that often in person to others. No, I think it was okay.
For the new guys, when Tim says it's okay, it's great.
Yeah,
No,
Tim's
no,
okay
no,
is like
no.
good for me.
That's not true.
German, so I know what he means.
If it's okay, then it's okay. It wasn't anything special, you know. It wasn't like the best performance I've ever seen in my life, but it's also not terrible, so it's okay. How was it for you, Benjamin, anyway? And Jacob as well, but let's go with B first, because it's the letters early in the alphabet, obviously.
And he's German.
Yeah, so it's my second time, so I was here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, then Jacob, how was it for you?
It was fun. It was kind of tense leading up to the gun battle because just there were signs that something was going to go down. We just didn't know when. Then when it finally kicked off, it was really fun just being able to mow down those guys, getting hit, then pulling out. Didn't really do much towards the later end because I was just riding in the back seat, but, you know, it's going to complain, so, you know, it was fun.
This one I think was short comparatively.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's not
extremely
a-
short compared to the average.
This was like 40 minutes total.
They didn't get out.
Yeah.
Because you got out too fast.
Yeah.
God damn
yeah.
it, Tim.
Yeah, it wasn't it's not a comment on your plan. It went really well, I think.
Yeah, well, planning-wise, it's really good. Yeah.
I do agree with Tim though that it is something that we do quite a lot. We plan our route in, but not our route out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just quickly on what Tim says, definitely agree on the escape plan. Should have probably expected that something would go south and just quickly make up like 2 or 3 alternative escape plans and then just say we roll with escape plan 1 or 2 or 3 depending on where the enemies were. A little bit of planning on that ahead. But other than that, yeah, it went well. And oh yeah, is there anybody else who has stuff to add?